Several women are talking expressively at the young girl found nearly frozen to death, now called Okfrosta. The quiet child's face expresses quiet terror, aggressively jabbing at the dirt with a stick which she was clearly using to draw on the ground. Study Okfrosta's drawings. We don't need a panic. Keep her from making a scene. Try to talk to Okfrosta. Leave the child alone. What are the drawings? The markings are somewhat intricate. The squares and circles could be wagons, including a depiction of yaks in front. A line from the yaks leads to deeper gouges where Okfrosta has jabbed the stick repeatedly. Depending on how you look at it though, it could be almost anything. I mean, it sounds like she's drawing the caravan, doesn't it? You can paraphrase me anytime, VV 2020. Brilliant paraphrasing. Try to talk to her. You're safe, Okfrosta, you say, looking into the girl's blue eyes. She calms a bit before stepping towards you. Using her stick to point at the deep gouges in the ground she previously made, she whispers, Edge. 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 It doesn't mean anything to you, but you feel like you've connected with her a bit. Interesting. Man, this like rolling hill scene here is really pretty. Kids are weird. An old man sits astride an overgrown portion of the trail. You lost? He asks. He adjusts the leather strap on his head and says, No, are you? He jumps up and shuffles towards the caravan, his tattered clothes revealing no weapons. Well, I've seen better, the old man says, peering into the supply wagons. But I'll join you. He stands next to a fighter, throws his beard over his shoulder, and puffs up his chest. The fighter grins and the stranger exhales, asking, What are we waiting for? Lead the way. What is going on? This is like the comedy road. Who are you and what are you doing out here? Call me Unar, or anything else you'd like, the old man says. A man goes where he pleases, doesn't he? His stern look is more comical than intimidating, but you stop looking for answers. I mean, is he just here to lull me into a sense of security? They've got me so jumpy. Maybe Rook's paranoia is only a manifestation of my own. He threw his whole beard over his shoulder. Can we really tell him no? You're welcome to join if you can keep pace. Keep pace, the old man puffs through his mustache. No fleeter than old Unar. And husbands, mind your wives. I'm cursed with the golden tongue, not silver. The caravan enjoys a good laugh as they start moving once again. I mean, this guy's gonna rob us blind, right?
As we pass steep cliffs, the sprawl of Boersgard comes into view. A city of contrasting rich and poor, opportunity and gamble. Our best hope for salvation, or our graves.
I think chat has the right of it. Oh yeah, he's super sketch. There was a 0% chance you would say no when he threw the beard. I saw it switch to chapter 7. I did not see what the chapter heading was called. Finally, you arrive at Boersgard, where the walls stretch for miles in both directions and are littered with the bodies of Dredge, Varl, and men. Excuse the mess, shouts a voice from above the gates. Looking up, you spy a striking Varl, his face wreathed with matted black hair. Movements at the gates catches your eye. Dredge are still banging on the gate doors without luck. Let us in, you shout. Sigbjorn pushes past. I won't be hearing the end of this for a while, he says, before yelling, Open up, Bolverk. They dug me out of Rainavik. You hear a laugh echoing as on the wind as the doors creak. A dozen armed men led by massive Varl make quick work of the dredge and usher you into the city. I think your link got eaten by my chat settings, VV, so you might just have to paste it in plain text. You may be interested to know they brought a mender. You didn't go to get a mender. Where's the mead? Sigbjorn shrugs apologetically. I guess the mender will do. Either we've got a chance now or we're completely screwed. Hang on. Chapter 7, The Slayer and the Slain. Thank you, Vivi. I appreciate that. I'm Rook. We've come a long ways, some as far as Skogar. Are you in charge here? This dude is a beast. Look at this guy. In charge of the governor, I suppose. Listen, if you have something to tell him, say it now. Otherwise, you're on your own. I don't care where you go, but stirring up trouble is probably the only reason you'll see me again. It won't be to talk. Mender, come along. We're gonna go see the governor. Bolverk and Sigbjorn leave with Eyvind, who goes willingly, signaling that he's fine. Weird. Fen, this is just like Frostfeller all over again. This is nothing like Frostfeller. The one in Bearskin is probably leading the Ravens. Ravens? Is that good or bad? No, it depends on who they're working for. Hopefully it really is the governor, not someone trying to strong-arm their way into his seat. I guess we wait for Eyvind to tell us, if he comes back. I'm not worried about Eyvind. I'm worried about the army of refugees we brought who don't belong here. You're probably right. Nobody ever uttered a nice thing about Borisgard. So what now? We ought to go to the docks and see what our options are, in case we need to leave quickly. Did you notice the city guards when we came in? What guards? I have a feeling the Ravens are all they've got left. Something serious went down. And when Bellower gets here, he's gonna walk right through this place without even breaking his stride. Let's keep that to ourselves for now. So, to the docks? I mean, you know, it's kind of, I hope we tell someone. It'd be a shame if we were just like, oh, by the way, we brought Bellower along with us, so get bent. +2 to break for a level 2 character is pretty solid. I mean, it's hard for me to say that it's worth spending money on most of these items, but man alive, like, +2 to break is a big deal. Before I do anything else, let's go ahead and promote Ivor. He's earned it. You know what I mean? Like, one of our caravan rules is, first of all, if you own a legendary belt, you get to wear it, right? So that's rule number 1. Rule number 2 is, if you, fighting as a badass, get an arm cut off, we give you priority on leveling up. All right, so now what to do? I mean, as weird as this sounds, I think we go heavier into armor because his strength score isn't gonna matter as much if he can outlast them in an armor race. Because if he can break 6, 7, he can break 9 armor in one go. So like, yeah, pumping up his strength is great and I love it, but I'd rather make sure that his armor is taking hits before he's losing strength. Because if we're peeling off 9 armor, even 12 strength is gonna feel like someone's getting hit by a truck. This level gives him a leg up. Vivi, that is awful in a way that I am profoundly happy with. Poor Ivor. They're never gonna do anything but make limb jokes about you, buddy. All right, let's head to the docks. I don't know if anyone else is feeling really, like, uneasy because of the music we're getting in this city. Like, I've already kind of come to expect that when we get into a city, terrible stuff happens, but the music is not helping anything. When you get to the docks, your heart sinks. Not a long ship to be seen aside from wrecks. Bodies float in the water. Buildings are trashed and boarded up. What happened here? Murmurs Alette. They're all gone, says Eyvind, approaching alone. I see you had the same thought as me. I think he's a great dismember of the group. God damn it. Eyvind, you're okay. I'm fine. It wasn't a lie. The governor is here. He's in hiding. Why? Since the dredge started appearing, anyone with a ship and half a wit left long ago. People can't leave by foot. Food is scarce. The markets are bare. Borisgard is a fire keg waiting for someone to tip it over. So the governor's paying the Ravens to protect him against his own people. And keep the peace, so to speak. It's more like a massacre anytime there's a hint of an uprising. Where does that leave us? I promised him the Mender's protection in Aberrang. I don't think he's very popular there. They're going to start tearing this place down to build new ships. We can ride the Ormsa River all the way to the capital, leaving another perfectly good city behind. How long will it take to build new ships? Hold on. What happens to the people living in Borsgard? It's the best I could do, Alette. He thought I could take as long as a month. You don't usually make ships out of scrap lumber. As soon as people figure out what's going on, there's going to be riots in the streets. A month? Why bother? Bellower will be here within the week, if not sooner. I'm open to suggestions. Gods be damned, is there no end to this? Ivor roars in frustration, leaving you standing by the docks. Alette gives you a worried look before chasing after him. Ivan, what do we do about Bellower? Ivan says nothing for a moment. I don't know. Man, that sounds ominous. Yep. You find Ivor standing on the city walls overlooking the fields outside. Dredge are keeping their distance but continue to gather. I'm okay, Rook. Ivor cuts you off before you can say anything. You know he's been through worse. Just feels like someone should cut us a break every now and then. I'm looking at you, Stoic Studio. You wrote this. Look at poor Ivor. Look what you've done to him. If we want to be standing a month from now, we're going to have to be prepared. What did you have in mind? What if we leave on foot? What about the raid? What did you have in mind? First off, our clansmen need a place to stay. They'll get torn to pieces out in the streets. I'll keep an eye on the dredge up here. If they break through the walls, we're done for, so we'll have to keep them back. Could always use a hand with that. We need to know who's controlling what and make sure we get our cut. Food's going to become scarce. And when they start building those ships, we're going to have to keep our people away. What a damn mess. I'll do what I can. Yikes. Not ideal. Ivor explains, I'm leading attacks with Ivan every time the dredge get too close to the gates. Listen, we're gonna lose fighters in Varl every day like this. I don't need to tell you what happens if nobody is manning this wall. We could always use help. You consider what you want to do now, knowing that any of these tasks will likely take a full day. Man, so they're just gonna hit us with the over and over opportunity cost. I mean, first things first, we gotta put everyone in some place they gotta go. So the caravan's gotta find a place to stay first. The entire caravan is spread out in the streets where they're attracting attention. We could look for a public house, suggests Alette, like Frostveller. You figure that if you made camp in the open, you could at least keep everyone together, or with people leaving the city recently, there might be abandoned houses you could squat in. Gather in the public rest house, make camp in an open space, keeping everyone together. Abandoned houses. I mean, if there's big chunks of the city that are abandoned, making camp in the open doesn't seem like it'd be that intrusive, but it does also mean all of our people are in one spot should something terrible happen. I think that's my best choice, though. We've done well sticking together before. We don't need to change things now. Your caravan sets up a camp as normal and goes about their guard patrols as usual. Hopefully, it keeps the people working together and in their element. 21 fighters, 14 Varl. Oof. Ivor points out the dredge along the wall. There's a lot more of them, and they're getting braver, he says. We lost a fair number of fighters since yesterday. We could use your help if there's no one left to defend the walls. One of your clansmen from the caravan finds you. We had a problem. Looters came around and scattered a bunch of people, raided some supplies. Some wounded, others we can't find. If you could find the time, he leaves it there and runs back into town. Ugh. All right, so now we have no food. Ivor's getting his ass whipped. I mean, we need to find the missing people of the caravan first. Everyone's done a couple days going hungry in this caravan before. You spend a day helping your clansmen look for missing people, or the looters who stole from you, turning up nothing but empty leads. Eventually you accept that they probably aren't coming back and you've got too many other problems to deal with. Son of a bitch. Our fighters are dead. They're gone. We're out of fighters. We have almost no Varl. Wow. This is bad, says Ivan as Ivor points across the battlefield. Aside from the fact that we're up to our necks in dredge, a stone singer showed up. We've been losing warriors left and right. If we don't deal with it, this wall will come down by the end of the day. Dad, there's a riot at the docks. Alette runs up to you out of breath. They're trying to smash up the boats. When you calm her down, she says the ravens are there, but she's worried things could get out of hand. Oh, God, they hit you coming and going. I mean, if the walls are going to come down, none of the other stuff matters, right? So, like, I think we got to help Ivor with the walls today. That stone singer is going to wreak havoc on us if we don't take care of it, Ivor tells you. This will be a rough fight, but we've got to take it down. You ready? Son of a gun. Man alive. All right. 5 kills would put us in position with Ivor. 1 more for Rook. Gun off is fine. Nid needs 2. Alette needs 2. Man, just brutal. All right. What's the layout here? Stone Singer's gotta go. We could probably get a decent shot on the Stone Singer with Nid fairly early with the sniping. A 12-18 needs to get some strength damage whittled down ASAP. 13-22 is an issue. Ouch, there seems to be no good choices right now. Yeah, I mean, yeah, and it's obviously by design, but it doesn't make it less irritating. Like, they're just crushing on us. So you've got 10. If we have Ivor pop off on this guy, unless he goes second, Rook is going to be able to pare him down. We got to be a little worried about 13-22 back here. Ideally, we would have Gunolf dealing with him. All right, let's do it. All right. So if Ivor moves up here. Oh, baby, this is what we trained for. Look at this. I don't give a shit about your armor, kid. How come that asshole can just hit our armor or hit our strength automatically? That's some bullshit. That's huge. Not ideal, if we're being honest. 50%. I mean, we're gonna have to chip armor here. Oof, no, that is awful. Awful, awful. That sucks. All right, homeboy's got 8. I mean, I guess... Can you hit anyone naturally from where I moved you? No, of course not. I mean, I don't even think this really does anything to anyone because she's got no... Yeah, she's just going to do a 1. I mean, I guess it forces that guy into a move. Homeboy's going to go threaten with a summon. I think Ivor's going to have to go toe up on Stone Singer. Let's see. Take you down by another 5. Ivan's going to be able to do an attack on those guys, but it will hit Gunolf. Oh, shit! I didn't even think about the dude with the 22. Balls. I mean, the armor doesn't mean shit on any of them. I guess an arc lightning. I think this hits Gunolf too. No, it just has to be a pure diagonal. Interesting. Okay. Ivor's down. Oof. We are not in a good way, friends. Rook, you're not even gonna be able to finish this guy, are you? Hopefully this will interrupt his summon. Nope, doesn't look like it. And Gunolf's not gonna be able to get to him. Oh boy. 1322. I would have loved to have gotten Gunnulf in a position to hit that guy, but I don't think that's going to happen for us, unfortunately. Yeah, he's summoning 810. That's awful. Peel some more armor off. This is bad. Alette, how far do you have to go? Alette might need to be a little bit of a sacrificial lamb here. Because we need some armor off of this guy so we can bring that strength score down. Stone Stinger is still at... Oh, shit. No! One shots Rook. And Rook was like our only remaining chance. Oh, that blows. Take you down to 1 just to make you kind of a non-factor, I suppose. This isn't looking good, but you misspelled it as looming good, but somehow that wound up being more accurate. So yes, I agree. This is not looming good. This is in fact looming terribly. The armor off on Gunnulf there blows. We have no choice but to continue. Like, here's what it really comes down to. We have to hit this guy with Gunnulf before he can hit Gunnulf. Because if Gunnulf loses strength before he hits that guy, it's lights out. You can do 3 on him. 1 on him. I should have moved her into a position to attack the Stone Singer. 3 helps a little. Who's he gonna attack though is the question. Man, I don't want to do anything where he loses, let's see, half of his current willpower. So it'd be 2. They give you the roundup, so it's 3. So that's almost full armor for Gunnulf. But again, the big question is going to be if I can hit this guy. I don't want to kill this dude because that will open Gunnulf up to an attack. But then I'm basically just wasting a turn. So instead, I'm just going to straight up rest and get a willpower point back. Toast. Completely toast. We absolutely take the 7 strength damage on this guy now because now he at least is not as much of a threat. Right, they all get a huge bonus. 15 again suddenly. We can hit him with an arc lightning though. Alright, Gunnulf loses some armor again. Who goes before that guy goes again? Gunnulf's gonna get 2 turns. But that changes if we kill this guy, right? It does. Alette is gonna get to go again though, so that's fine. 1 chain attack into him, that's good. That's awful. Can we hit him from here? We can't. It would kill him. I think I take it. As much as I don't want to give them another chunk of action economy now that we're down to 2, I can't really afford to be in a position where that guy slips the lead and hits Gunnulf with a big shot. We're also going to cash in our horn. Current willpower +2. Does that work if I'm using it all to cast it? Is it what it's current at the moment I cast it? Must be. Okay, I'll take it. All right, so now we just go kind of ham, right? Because none of these guys, he can do enough damage to hurt us. Alet's gonna attack. We can get close enough to hurt this guy? We can. So that's what we do. 10, 11. Okay. Alet can take this guy out entirely. Can you hit him from there? You can. Someone's gonna have to hit the Stone Singer at some point. Ivan's really kind of out of things he can accomplish. just try and punch a man with your stave. Listen, we could ice one of these dudes entirely, but I want to put some damage on this Stone Singer while Gunnolf's still basically at full. That's huge. Because Gunnolf's armor is not a large enough armor source that he's really going to be in a position to tank a lot of these hits. Rip. This guy's doing some kind of spell trickery, but we're going to go hit him with Gunnolf. Ivan, I guess armor, please? Three more. So we're gonna give you the horn willpower and just have you finish this dude. Woo. All right. Look, it wasn't the cleanest, but we did it. That got a little dicey. All right. So what horrible thing happened while we were fighting on the walls? This morning, says Ivor, I saw him. Bellower's here. I think it won't be long now. Ivan leans silently on his staff nearby. You consider what you want to do now, knowing that any of these tasks will likely take a full day. Sweet Jesus. I checked around, Oddliff tells you, and nobody has food, or they won't part with it for a fair price, and our medicine has been gone for days. They're either gouging the prices or it's just plain gone. She says, she doesn't say it, but you can tell this is going to be a serious problem. Track down the ravens, scour the city, shake places down. I'm gonna talk to the ravens. You find the massive leader of the ravens along the docks, where they're doing their best to keep a growing number of people in check while the boats are being constructed. You question him about food supplies. Should have brought your own, he says. I can't go giving it out to every person in Boersgard. I'd kill every last bastard in this city for some good mead. That place has been dry for weeks. Offer the mead you picked up in Reykjavik is going to be an issue, because we told... threaten him for holding out. I don't feel like reminding him innocent people will starve is going to mean a damn thing to this guy. We're just going to have to scour the streets. Oddliff joins you as you walk up and down each street in Boersgard looking for supplies. All you find are empty stalls or outrageous prices well beyond your means, with little to offer in the first place. This entire city can't be out of food, she barks, but you come away empty-handed and more worried than before. What the fuck? Ivor, you begin. Can we really keep this up? Ivor looks like he hasn't slept for days. We've lost a lot of fighters, he mumbles. The weight of the situation is crushing. Then, from far in the distance, you hear a horn. Dredge don't use horns, it occurs to you. Ivan appears at your side just as a long caravan of people come into view, Dredge turning to attack them. Who is that, you ask? It can't be, says Ivan. He runs toward the gates, shouting. You see their banner? It's Hakan. Let's go! Hakan with the save. As you wonder how they got there, the gates are heaved open, and you charge onto the field, clearing a path through Dredge. This is big time. Big time plays. All right. Ivor, you're injured, buddy. You're not feeling great. You're not great at this leading thing. Look, smart Alec. It's not exactly a great situation we find ourselves in. I mean, I don't know that I care about promoting you, if I'm honest, Alette. You're more in here out of necessity than anything at the moment. How bad is Ivor's stats if we take him in injured? -2 strength. We have to take him for the break. But he is? But who is? And is what? 10, 15, 16, 11, 19, 11, 16, 11, 8, 9. Hakan is driving his people through the dredge. Oh, yeah, Hakan is a much better leader. And I feel like I, as a game player, was a better leader when I had the resources at my disposal in the Hakan caravan. This is very much a case of the haves and the have-nots. I mean, we might just need to kind of go up the gut here and just gun this. Rook, can you tango with that guy? Like, we're just gonna need to double, like, every turn it's got to be strip armor with Ivor and immediately pummel them with Gunnulf. So will Gunnulf be able to get up flush? That's not something Hakan would say. Listen, I think that is something Hakan would say. Thank you very much. 10, 15. When do you go? You go late. So do I blow through all the rest of my will? 6 takes you down to 4. 4 is already enough to finish you. In fact, 11 is... Gunnulf could hit you for 11 if I do nothing. So instead, do I start whittling away on big armor? And I think that answer is yes. Sure. That may have helped me more than it hurt me, if I'm honest. So I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. 5, or do I just do the 4? I think we just do the 4 here. And now Gunnulf's just going to be able to juice that dude. Yeah, peace, nerd. Not ideal to give them the 1 extra action, but I also don't want to, again, I never want to put myself in a situation where I'm suddenly, like, accidentally having to fight guys with way high strength scores. And most of who's left are barely going to even get through my lead guy's armors. Just force him to move a little bit with the eagle shot. Alette, I'm going to have you strip armor, I think. 5. Because with him only having 6 armor, even Rook can basically take him down to size on his next turn. And then Ivan, what do we have Ivan do? Restore armor, I think, here. Yeah, if you would kindly mend, let's see, half is 5, that's plenty. Alright. Alright. We're doing okay here. Let's hit you for... No. Let's hit you for a big armor drop. Love it. Love it. That's fine. And now Rook 4 would take you... Let's give you the horn here. God, I don't know if there's a cooler animation in this game than Rook burying his axe in the ground so that he can pull his bow. Every time I see it, I'm satisfied. So this would kill him outright. You have a 9, you have an 11. Who goes next? This dude all the way on the edge. Then, yeah, let's do this. I'm going to move Gunnulf into a position here that'll hopefully block off this guy from getting in at my back lines. And it's going to mean this guy dies, unfortunately, but, like, I'm just going to have to accept that. That's fine. We can tolerate that. You can kill him. Can't do much to him. All right, I think we just go for broke here while everyone's armor is still high enough to kind of tolerate the people who are left standing. 3, that takes you to 1. I'll take that and just leave you as someone to soak up a spot in the turn order. Gunnulf's gonna get popped here, but it's okay. Oh, dude, that was the biggest waste of a turn. What are you doing? I don't want Ivor double injured here. We can't hit him. Can we hit him with arc lightning? We can. Let's do that just to bring him down a little ways. And then Ivor's not gonna be able to do much to stop him. That's fine. That don't mean shit to Gunnulf. Ivor can attack for 1. It's at a 50% hit chance. Maybe? You hate to see it. Who's up next? This guy is 10, 6. Yeah, okay. We'll chip the armor off because I think he is going to hit Gunnulf. He might actually come down and hit Ivor. Ooh. Or just rush Nid. Interesting. So, like, the one downside to how this combat has played out, I do think it's played out much more smoothly than our last handful of combats, right? But, and I think we'll roll the dice and see if we can get pillage here. Love it. The one downside is it did leave us in a position where Gunnulf got most of our kills, and we don't need kills with Gunnulf. Gunnulf's already at max stats. So it kind of sucks because it's a case where all the kind of action economy that we're using is going to be watered down in future fights because they can't do as much damage because we had to give so much of this fight to... I'm trying it again. I got it, but I didn't juice it first like an idiot. Went to Gunnulf, which is an interesting conundrum to have. The game, I don't know that I would say punishes you for having your stronger units take the lead, because it's not really a punishing factor, but it certainly doesn't encourage you by any means. You know what? Can you mend Ivor, please, so that he doesn't die? We can't afford him to take an injury while he's injured. I will, in fact, just have him depart. Let's have this guy move in to try and hit somebody else, maybe. Chasing this guy across the battlefield is very irritating. Can you hit him with your sniper? Not at this range. You have 4 willpower. So if we move you there, you can't hit him, but now you can hit him. I'll take it. If for nothing more than force movement, getting him closer to Gunnulf. If we can kill him with someone else without it causing too much trouble for the rest of the caravan, we'll do so. And in fact, well, I say we can do that, but it doesn't do us any good to kill him with Ivan either. Rook might be able to get close enough to kill him. Let's do that. You can hit him for 1. I should have had Ivan just go up and damage his armor at the very least. Ugh. What a bummer. She's almost able to kill him here. I think this is the longest I've ever fought a single enemy, and I know it's because I'm screwing about, but let's just have this finished. Alette, please. We've done it. It felt sloppier than it was. That was actually a pretty clean fight, and we walk out of it without any injuries, which is huge. Nid ready for promotion.